The conditions were set for global conflict, Greece under Turkish hegemony for punishment, and the Russian plan. This is by the Greek Ministry of Defense. The dynamics of developments are now so great that individual initiatives to stop them are futile. In the big picture, we see the serious mistake of the US withdrawing from the Middle East, indirectly getting involved in war, and thus the vacuum being filled by its rivals who occupy their formerly vital positions. They thus lose the advantage of leaving at their feet the forces that will support their interests, and thus they hang almost all their former friendships in the region. Russia, on the other hand, is turning Eurasia against the West. India, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and China would not in any case want Russia to be eliminated as a counterweight to the USA, so they will support Putin as much as necessary, with the result that the entire wider region of the Middle East and Eurasia in general is now coordinated in order to oppose in the West and in the US as an active rival. The US is hitting China economically by prolonging the Russo-Ukraine war, causing a European economic meltdown. A Europe now trapped with its purchasing powers in tatters is hurting China's huge exports to the West and thus its economy. The Silk Road, the network of trade routes between China and the countries to the west and south of it, is in danger of being deactivated after 500 years. However, Europe's elite will baptize this also sanctions against China in the end. China, poised to invade Taiwan, sees the continuation of the Russia-Ukraine war destabilizing the global economy and creating uncharted waters in its own geo-economic policy as well. But they cannot force Russia to stop for the above reasons, and thus they will invest in the new financial world of BRICS, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, BRICS for short, which is now actively an international political organization of the leading emerging markets, currently consisting of 5 countries: Brazil, Russia, India, the People's Republic of China, and South Africa. Russia encourages Turkey's arrogance and its fantasy of playing a hegemonic role in the wider region and the Eastern Mediterranean, and thus will deliberately turn it into an energy hub, thereby depending on the Turk Stream natural gas pipeline, which is an important part of the larger project of natural gas that complements Russia's Nord Stream 2 pipeline, the so far covert natural gas transport to Europe via Turkey. Turkey will thus have, and now has, at its disposal a strong card to increase the pressure for the demilitarization of the Aegean Islands by Greece and to intensify its revisionist policy at the expense of Greece, but also to de-coordinate the alliances of Greece. The danger that Greece will be under Turkish hegemony, which will be under Russian influence, is more than visible now. The stakes of all the superiors are so great that whichever side loses is lost. This will suffocate the microeconomy of the peoples of Europe, who will turn against the European elites, and thus the old continent will enter an era of introversion and identity crisis, Europe that is. In this context, Greece, whose administrators will now have at their disposal a new great excuse through the narrative of the people of the 2 countries of Greece, Turkey, have nothing to divide, end quote, will ceremoniously ratify the greatest treason since the conquest of the area. Now, P.S., because the above analysis will soon seem obsolete, precisely because a systematic means will convince you that the logic of betrayal is to our advantage and constitutes a great diplomatic victory for Greece, keep it for the indictment. So, is Greece ready to give? Is Greece aiming to give up the territorial rights to Turkey, who will be dominated by Russia? Very interesting to see. A lot of things happening. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Thank you. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.